Hey, what's going on, Noel Nation? It's CJ Wilson here with another episode of Dope Talk. A little bit late, but it's all good. We're going to go ahead and recap the Syracuse game, get some callers in, get some takes, and talk about the game and get you guys' thoughts in regards to the game. But before we get started, Dope Talk is brought to you by DashFi, the modern charge card for digital ad read spend. DashFi is a business corporation, corporate expense, card. Again, let me back up a little bit. Let's start it over. All right. My apologies. New to this ad read. We just got the sponsorship probably about a week ago. Let me go ahead and restart it again. Dope Talk is brought to you by DashFi, the modern charge card for digital ad spend. DashFi is a business to business corporate expense card program that gets you the highest cash back on the market starting at 3%. So again, highest cash back on the market at 3%. If you guys have any business expenses, if anything from something as small as shipping, if you're using a credit card for that, DashFi is the place to be. Again, the highest cash back on the market, starting at 3%, which is double from what you usually see from other card services. So again, 3% from DashFi. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and recap this Syracuse game and jump into some things as well, as far as just you guys' thoughts on the game and my thoughts on the game and a dominant win for FSU. 41-3 against the Syracuse Orangemen. It was a dominated win. We've been talking about playing a complete game, right? A complete game all season. Something we still haven't done yet, which I'm perfectly fine with because it was still a dominated win. I think that's something FSU fans should be optimistic about. We keep begging about the complete game, this complete game that on offense and defense. We got to keep striving for that, of course, but just how the team has been playing without playing a complete game just shows you potentially what this team could really be. So long as you keep going in the right direction at the halfway point of the season, we should be okay. But again, like I said, dominated win. We're going to talk about offense and defense. Before we get into that, the link is in the description. We are throwing a tailgate for this FSU versus Duke game. It's a night game, ABC, top 20 matchup with the Duke Blue Devils. Crazy, right? I just said the top 20 matchup with the Duke Blue Devils in football, not basketball. But again, this is a homecoming game for FSU, so make sure you guys grab your tailgate ticket. This is going to be a hell of a tailgate. The link is in the description. Grab that ticket ASAP. When I say ASAP, grab that ticket right now. Go ahead and click the description, click the link, grab the ticket because tomorrow the price will be going up. Go ahead and get the price right now while it's discounted before it goes up on Tuesday. So again, stop what you're doing right now. Grab your tailgate ticket. It's going to be a fun event on top of Lot 19. We hang out real good, man, especially for night games. If you guys came to any of our tailgates, especially these evening game tailgates, it's going to be a fun event. So come out and hang out. I know a lot of people have been talking about it. Come hang out with the nose. Me and James Coleman and Chris from Sporadics going to hang out pretty good. It's going to be some other former players there as well. Free alcohol. Well, not free, of course, you got to buy your ticket, but unlimited drinks in regards to the alcohol beverages, food, beer, etc. Come hang out with the guys and let's go ahead and get this Duke game started off the right way and bring in homecoming the right way as well. So let's start off on offense. Dominant win for FSU. Offense had 535 total yards. You had 191 rushing and 344 passing against a pretty solid Syracuse defense. But offense, we kept shooting ourselves in the foot in certain situations. I'm going 0-2 on fourth downs, excuse me. Some of that was play calling and some of that was just, players messed up, things like that. So like that Mike Norvell fourth down where we kind of got cute. I didn't even like that play call where we did the directs out to Jaheim Bell and things like that. We don't seem like the team was set to run that play, but nonetheless, we did convert that. We left points on the field that drive, and then the drive where this one really kind of frustrated. Joshua Farmer had the sack strip fumble, and Jerry Verse returned it, and it was within the 20. I think that's the first. Yeah, I'm not mistaken. It is the first time this season that we did not come away with points in regards to being inside the red area. The first time this season we did not come away with points with being inside the red area. I know a lot of people's kind of questioning going forward. Going forward for fourth down versus taking the 3 points. FSU was up 17-3. I didn't have a problem with Mike Norvell actually going for it. The reason being I didn't have a problem for it is because defense was dominant all day. I'm gonna get to defense in a second, but defense was dominant all day. I didn't have any confidence at all in Syracuse driving 97 yards down the field against the FSU defense. It just wasn't happening. And you talking about 17 versus 20 point. We had 17 at the time versus 20 with the field goal, versus 24 would actually got the touchdown. My concern with that is those four downs we just Jordan Travis, for the most part, we kept trying to push it down, push it within the end zone. We had 4 downs to get the touchdown. We have to try to push it towards the end zone every play. We could have, took something underneath, like it was a pass to Lawrence to a Philly that Jordan Travis had. Instead, he elected to go to the deeper route in the touchdown to a tight end Kyle Morlock. If you'd have passed the ball to Lawrence to a Philly for 3 or so yards, we could have had it like 4th and 1 on the one. And, go ahead and run the ball in. But nonetheless, like I said, it was a couple drives that the offense did stall, but we moved the ball. But a couple drives in the first half and a little bit in the second half that kind of stalled us. But defense had played a hell of a game that kept Syracuse not necessarily off the field, but out of the end zone, out of the hell. They barely crossed the 50, to be honest with you. So defense did their job to keep giving the offense opportunities. Offense just didn't capitalize on all the opportunities. You talk about Keon Coleman. You guys know he had 9 catches, 140 yards, and a touchdown, and also 107 yards as far as a punt returner. Just dominate the game, man. Elite receiver, vying for receiver one. To be honest with you, he could be receiver one in the draft. I know we talk about Harrison Jr. and rightfully so, man. But the stuff Keon Coleman's been doing, you guys look at the clips we have. I know that the catch has already been shown. So this is playmaker ability. You see the punt return he's doing right here. This is playmaker ability that Keon Coleman exhibited. Athleticism. That catch, man, it was crazy to go up top over that receiver, that cornerback rather, and just catch the ball with one hand like that. It ridiculous. So have him being a playmaker, stepping up in the absence of Johnny Wilson, it was definitely necessary. And against a kind of weaker secondary for Syracuse, the 247 reporter that we had on the previous show, James Finneral, they kind of speak to that in regards to the secondary being a weakness for Syracuse, and we didn't waste any time trying to exploit that weakness and getting the ball to Keon Coleman. Johnny Wilson not Johnny Wilson, excuse me. Jaheim Bell had a pretty good game as well. 4 catches for 87 yards. We got him involved in a multitude of ways, up the field, down the middle as well. And that's something, you guys have been making a big deal about, and that's attacking the middle of the field. If you look at that game, we attacked the middle of the field plenty. So that's something that we shouldn't been worried about in the first place. But again, nonetheless, good job by getting the ball in Jaheim Bell, especially coming back a little bit, getting him healthy and getting him back within the rotation of the offense. Of course, we talk about the Hakeem Williams pass. Well, first, I'm talk about the running backs too. Trey Benson and Lawrence Tour Philly had really good games. Tour Philly had close to 100 yards on less than 10 carries. Then Trey was doing his thing as well. So to see the running game kind of get on track the last couple of weeks against Virginia Tech and against Syracuse, like I said, Mike Norvell and Alex Atkins, once they went into the bye week, I was confident in whatever adjustments they had on the table to make due to the fact, we've seen this before. Last year was kind of the same situation. Give them 2 weeks to kind of figure out the rotation on the offensive line and just what works in general with the running backs. We did dominate a little bit, and we got a chance to see some of the younger guys. And, of course, one of those younger guys that flashed was Hakeem Williams, the 5-star receiver out of Fort Lauderdale, true freshman, 6'4", 210 pounds. You guys seen the play. Caught the tunnel screen pass and got missing. And, we talk about him being 6'4", 210 pounds, but the athleticism was on full display. You see exactly why that kid was a 5-star. The acceleration, top speed he got was impressive to see. That first step after he caught the screen to get up, and get upfield and to get downfield and make a couple moves. You saw the athleticism for a kid that big. Hakeem he learned a lot since being in the spring. It was as a true freshman, and that's what we got to talk about too. A lot of fans have these crazy expectations for kids just because they were highly recruited, highly touted, things like that. That's perfectly fine, but you got to give these kids time to develop because college and high school is totally different. And, we want everything to be sped up. So if you see, a kid struggling in practice within the year one, a lot of people have narratives and things like that. They want to put definites on these type of kids. But again, it's always a learning process to get better. And this is a kid that's definitely developing and starting to come along. Hakeem Williams is going to be a player for FSU in the future, a big-time player. So the future is definitely right on the outside at receiver. And just show the athleticism. He can put everything together from the playbook standpoint and just getting in better shape and just understanding the nuances of being a receiver and things like that. The sky's the limit for that kid because the athleticism is off the charts. And Hakeem Williams wasn't the only freshman that kind of stood out during that play. Offensive tackle Julian Armella, he stood out to me as well on that play. Screenplay, he got upfield quick, fast, and in a hurry. Got out of it, made a real nice hit on the cornerback to kind of spring Hakeem as well. And that's something that stood out to me, and then kind of made me start thinking about stuff. He looked different than other our starting offensive linemen, just our offensive line group from an athletic standpoint, just how he was moving, going down the field, being physical, that type of deal. So it had me thinking about the offensive line recruits that Alex Atkins has been bringing in, and a lot of people talk about the receiver room is going to be good, defensive back, just the kind of kids we brought in, things like that. Something that we haven't touched on, which is probably the most important in my opinion moving forward, is Alex Atkins is about to get his hands on blue chip players on the offensive line. He's about to coach some good, guys in regards to the recruiting rankings and things like that. You look at his starting offensive line now, even the offensive lines we've had in the past since he's been at FSU, hasn't been a whole lot of blue chips. Let's be quite honest with it. So he's starting to get those type of guys in. You got Early, who's a kid that was highly recruited, Lucas Simmons, things like that. So you get Alex Atkins coaching with these higher caliber type of players coming out, the offensive line could be that much better. So we're in a very good spot in the future moving forward in regards to that. The offensive line could be very good. It could be probably the most important spot and the bright spot for the team moving forward. As we know, we look past this 2000. Don't want to look too far ahead, but let's kind of look past this 2023 season. As we saw some of the younger guys get an opportunity against Syracuse, the future is very bright in the offensive line, and it starts with the offensive line. That's probably the most important piece of the team, well, not most, not probably it is the most important unit. Excuse me. So you get some blue chip guys in with Alex Atkins coaching. It could be a lot of holes open, a lot, for these running backs and receivers and things like that moving forward. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel. Like this video and subscribe to the channel, please. It definitely helps us in regards to the algorithm and getting this type of content out to any FSU fan that want to hear. We do things a little bit different at Dope Talk. We're more of a family, so I know a lot of people, want to get involved with this type of platform. So if you guys could do your part and like this video and subscribe to the channel, it takes 2 seconds to like. And also, if you guys have any super chat questions, go ahead and hit that, and I'll get those taken care of. Do want to give a shout out to a Ryan Fitzgerald as well. 2 for 2 on the day as far as field goals, made a plethora of extra points, had a long of 48. Fitzgerald has been he has been perfect this entire year with field goals and extra points. Haven't had one miss just yet. Just want to give him his flowers, man. Shout out to the work he's done in the offseason to get better. We did bring in a transfer kicker to kind of push him. Maybe that lit a fire up under him, but whatever it was, he definitely has answered the bell. I know there's been a lot of rumblings within the fan base these past couple of years with, wanting to move on with Fitzgerald and just the negativity and noise around it. But this guy has taken it like a champ in regards to, taking the criticisms and getting better moving forward. Now he's probably the best kicker in the ACC thus far within the season. Hasn't missed the extra point, hasn't missed a field goal. So shout out to Ryan Fitzgerald. He's been automatic for us and a key weapon. Now let's talk about the heroes of the game. The defense. Defense gave up 261 total yards against Syracuse, so less than 300, which is amazing. Fuller was very aggressive in his play call. I know, speaking with James Finneral, the 247 reporter for Syracuse prior to the game, he said our defensive line versus their offensive line was something that he was concerned about because the offensive line just wasn't that good for Syracuse. I think Fuller knew that as well, and he was aggressive in his play calling again after the quarterback. Garrett Schrader was 9 for 21 for 99 yards. I'm going to repeat that one more time. Garrett Schrader was 9 for 21 for 99 yards. We held their starting quarterback to under 100 yards pass within the game, hit him a lot, had him running, brought the pressure. It was just a great defensive performance, great play calling from Adam Fuller. I was just impressed overall throughout that game. Seriously, my guy Fuller definitely deserved the credit here and, deserve all the flowers. I think he had a hand in breaking the rock as well. So a great game from the defense. It was a great game from a player standpoint, from a play calling standpoint. Shaheem Brown was really active as well. Flashed a lot, had 1.5 sacks and like 7 tackles, career high in sacks. Again, I said Shaheem Brown has 1.5 sacks. You guys know what position he plays. He plays a safety. So that shows you just how aggressive Fuller was in the play calling. And the shit was beautiful, man. From a former defense player myself, I just love the way the defense played football, and they just kept answering the bell. Offense missed some situations in regards to some key points and fourth downs, and just didn't get some points in certain situations. But defense didn't fold; they held strong. 3 points in the first half, 0 point gave another shutout in the second half. A great second half performance as well. So shout out to the defense; they carried that game for the most part when the offense was a little shaky and a little rusty and missing on certain things. DJ Lundy was impressive as well. Really physical in the run game, made his presence felt. Um, Rushing wise, I do want to say we did give up 19. LaQuint Allen, he had 19 carries for 110 yards. This is the first 100-yard rush that FSU has gave up by a running back. But again, great effort. He ran pretty hard. LaQuint Allen is a really good player. I like that running back for Syracuse. He ran behind his pads, first contact. Definitely didn't go down. He ran angry for the most part. We did a good job. Like I said, this is our first 100-yard rusher from a running back this for the first time this season. So again, great job by the defense. Really great job. And let's just talk about the defense a little bit. We gave up 10 points against Virginia Tech, right? 10 points in the first half against Virginia Tech. Of course, they got the opening kickoff, so I'm not counting against the defense. We gave them a shutout in the second half. And we're talking about a Virginia Tech team that, since they made the change to Drones at quarterback, they look damn good. They beat Pittsburgh the week before playing us. Then you go out and so against he had a good game against Pittsburgh. Drones was 14 to 27, 104 yards against FSU. You fast forward to Wake Forest, they dominated Wake Forest, Virginia Tech. He was 20 or 29 for 321 yards and 2 touchdowns. So again, that just shows you how good the defense has been playing. Drones is hitting his stride. I think Virginia Tech is a completely different team too with him starting. You're going to see them win a lot more games and be a lot more competitive as the season go on due to that simple fact. So he had a damn good game against Pittsburgh, struggled mightily against FSU, and then dominated against a Wake Forest team. And like I said, you hold Gary straight to 9 for 21 to 99 yards. So defense is definitely hitting their stride fresh off the bye week. So great job. And people talk about Adam Fuller and stuff like that. You got to realize the damn points we giving up in the second half. Let's talk about that for a second. And hell, LSU itself. LSU is probably the most explosive offense in the country right now, by far, without a question. We held LSU to 17 fucking points. Excuse my language, but 17 points. I'm not counting that that last second that how can I put this that garbage time touchdown that they scored when we put in the true freshman and stuff like that when Edwin Joseph came in. So just to give you guys some input on Fuller, 7 points in the second half. 7 points in the second half against LSU. And we know those 7 points came in garbage time. So really a damn shutout in the second half against LSU. Southern Miss, they want to give up 13 points to Southern Miss. And 10 of those points came in the second half when we were pretty much, with the second and third string unit in. Boston College, that was a debacle down the second half. That's all they've been highlighted. No need to talk about that. Clemson, we gave up 7 points to Clemson in the second half. 7 points to Clemson in the second half. Virginia Tech, like I said, we gave up had a shutout in the second half against Virginia Tech and a shutout in the second half against Syracuse and giving them 3 points to total game. What more do y'all want from Fuller? I'm serious. What more do we want from Adam Fuller? And also, having Dent back at safety is a game changer for us. I told you guys early in the season, once the injury did happen, Dent was a key part of that defense. He was very active against LSU. He was active against Southern Miss prior to the injury. So to have him back within the fold of the defense is kind of showing as well. But again, I don't know what you got, what else we want from Adam Fuller, man. Adam Fuller has been freaking amazing. The defense has been playing great. Now, has there been some situations where I feel like the defense could have done better? Yes. But the same goes for offense, too. You look at this game specifically against Syracuse, it's some situations where we was frustrated with offense and offense not scoring points. So it goes hand in hand. I say that to say this, man, Fuller, what y'all think Fuller is, he isn't. He isn't at all. he's been calling good defenses and playing and been a good defense coordinator for us so far this season. And the numbers suggest that FSU is top 15 in offense efficiency, defense efficiency, and special teams efficiency. So we're hitting on all cylinders, man. I know, like I said, those first couple of games, especially that Boston College game, things kind of got out of hand in regards to what we're doing defensively, especially for what we did against Castellano as far as running and things like that. But I'm telling you, man, Alan Fuller and his defense has been playing lights out football. Not sure what else you guys will want from them in that regard. But yeah, overall, and also we do want to give you guys a shout out to the people that actually came to the game, man. Doak was pretty electric for that Syracuse game. The crowd was live. The crowd was in tune with it. And we're talking about a 12 o'clock game, right? You guys came out and showed up. It was a sold out crowd at Doak Campbell Stadium. It was pretty rowdy as well. So I want to give you guys your kudos and flowers for coming and showing up and making an electric atmosphere for FSU. But again, big time win, just dominated Syracuse 41-3. It wasn't really close at all, to be honest with you. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and open this thing up for some callers. If you got anybody want to come in and get their takes off, let's talk a little bit. We got the link in the description. If you guys want to join the show, go ahead and join. But again, make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel. And also, if we got any super chat questions, let's go ahead and get those off as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and get a caller in if you guys want to go ahead and join. Gotcha. And like I said, we got the tailgate going for this Duke game, 7:30. It's going to be ABC homecoming for FSU. So if you guys are going to be in Tallahassee for the game, go ahead and join and hit that link for the tailgate. Grab your ticket now. Grab it now while the tickets are still discounted at $40. They will be going up tomorrow. And after the FSU game, of course, we saw what happened with the Miami Hurricanes. Figured that was going to happen. Just kind of showed me the type of team Miami has. They'll give us some fight in the first half, but as the game wore on, North Carolina just pretty much opposed their will. Hell, North Carolina had like 150 yards and penalties, and they still did what they wanted to offensively. I think it's some opportunities on that Miami defense, especially in the secondary. I don't think their corners can match up with our receivers. They have some damn good safeties. I like Cam Kitchens and I like James Williams. Those are some really good safeties. Defensive line, I think UNC pretty much ran the ball how they wanted to. They did what they wanted to, running the ball on Miami. I do like Ruben Bain. He's a good player, but other than that, the defensive line is pretty much what we thought. They were kind of undersized coming into the season, and it's kind of showing, especially against those bigger offensive linemen. So yeah, you look at what those first 4 or 5 games Miami had with the cupcake schedule. Let's be completely honest, they're flying high in regards to that. And then you start ACC play in that 0-2 within ACC play. So I don't think the Miami Hurricanes is the team everybody thought they were coming in. Well, they're the team I thought they were. Put it that way. I wasn't sold on that output. I wanted to see more. But the team we saw against Duke and North Carolina, not Duke, I'm sorry, Georgia Tech and North Carolina, that's the Miami Hurricanes I felt like we'll be getting within this season. So we got them on November 11th in Doak Campbell Stadium. I think we'll be pretty fine for that game, especially with the weapons we have. We should be good. Hey, what's going on? We got a caller? Hey, how you doing? Talk to me.
Good, man. How you doing, CJ?
Pretty good,
Uh,
my brother.
hey, you might remember me from the game one when you
Mm-hmm.
helped me park. When you helped me park
Yep.
when I was in the Big Black.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I can't forget that truck, right?
Yeah, so I'll be back down for this game too. But I think as a team, uh, our guys need to take better advantage of the turnovers.
I
We've
agree.
been wasting a lot of turnovers, bro. I'm talking about we getting the turnover in the red zone, and we're not taking advantage of it. And I think if no other team, we need to do it against Duke.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Yeah, I was real frustrated with that. Especially that. Just want to give Josh Farmer credit too. He had a great game. So that sack fumble. He's been one of our better defensive linemen throughout this whole season. He's been very active. But like you
Most
said, to have
definitely.
that turnover within the 20 and not getting any points was very frustrating. We do got to get better in sudden change situations. I agree 100%.
Yes.
And yeah, like I said, coming to this Duke game, especially with the uncertainty within their quarterback position, it's going to be another opportunity, to get after those guys and make some plays. So I agree 100%. You still there? Hello?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
still here.
Okay, my bad. Yeah. Yeah. But I agree with you 100%. Yeah, we do got to do better in capitalizing off of those turnovers. I agree 100%.
Yeah. All right, my guy.
Yes, sir.
Good to
Appreciate
holler at
it.
you.
Make sure you come and kick it at the tailgate, like you said, man.
I'm
We're
I'm
gonna
coming. I'm coming to the Duke game. I already been talking to James. I'm full load on his page, so I'll definitely be at the tailgate for a minute
okay, definitely. We're gonna hang out real good, man. Real good. It's gonna be good. But make sure you bring that truck too. All cleaned up
for
and fresh.
sure.
Most definitely, it's
Peace.
good talking to you. See you Saturday.
All right, bro.
Yeah. All right, Nick, what's going on? How you doing?
All right, you can hear me.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, I was just calling, checking in with you or whatever.
Talk to me, man. How you feeling, man?
Um,
You good?
on Saturday for the most part, other than some points that we left out there on the field, for the most part, man, and it was some critical fourth downs that we probably could have converted on or whatever. That I was kind of questioning that just a little bit, but other than that, we was full in control of the game, man, for the most part, and on the defensive side, man, like you were saying, former Josh Farmer he looked pretty good on the
Mm-hmm.
defensive line, man. I like the defense play lights out on Saturday, man. I just like how they were getting after it, and Adam Fuller, he pretty much was blitzing, man. I like how we just man really just sit back, man, and wait to the second half to try to make adjustments. Like we
Mm-hmm.
started from the first quarter, man. We was throwing stuff at that quarterback to try to get him off his timing and stuff for the most part. But I like what we doing so far, man. We just gotta keep it going, like you say, every week, man. We just gotta go in every game, just be 1-0 every week, man. Just come up with and just get ready to play every week and don't take no team for granted, man. Just the goal is to just be 1-0 every week, man. Don't take no team for granted. Come out, play hard, get up on these teams, man. Be dominant, and just move on from week to week, and go ahead and just after that game over with, the 24-hour rule, man. Flush that one and start preparing for the next team. But other than that, I think we playing pretty good on both sides of the ball right now, man. I know we got the game against Duke primetime matchup this week, and hopefully we'll get back in. I've been watching a little film on them too as well, man. Today I was just watching what Duke. I understand they got a new quarterback in place right now, but I think we should be able to handle them and just don't take them for granted and just move forward.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Like I said, every week, you got to go 1-0 every week. That should be the main focus. And like I said, we did leave some players on offense. I do think we could have easily scored 50 plus, maybe even 60 on damn Syracuse. That just shows
Yeah,
just how what we really could do against that type of team. We could have put up 60, but overall, it was a dominant game. It was never a point in time where FSU wasn't in control of that game.
yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that, man. Like I said, we playing pretty good, man. Got some young receivers and stuff in the game, and I seen Hakeem Williams and seen 21 and 88. He was starting in the place of Johnny. I think they were saying today, Johnny and
With Bless,
yeah, they
hmm
gonna be able to, I guess, play this week. You ain't heard no news on Dustin Hill this week, right?
I haven't heard anything on Destin just yet. I'm gonna definitely try to check on that. And hopefully, Wednesday for the Wednesday show, I could probably give a little more insight on that. They were
Okay.
saying he was in the boot after the game, man. So that
Yeah, yeah. I was hearing.
right. So definitely check on that. But you're right to get Bless Harris back, who's our best offensive tackle on the team. To get Bless Harris back, and of course, to get Johnny back, who's our top two receiver on the team. I think Johnny, depending on the game, he probably could have played last week. But
Yeah,
again, to get him back for this one, because Johnny's been playing hella football. If you take away that Southern Miss game, Johnny has been playing very good football for us. Very good football for us. So to have him back in the fold is going to be very, very key, especially against a very good Duke defense.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And another thing, man, I want to just give a shout out to Atkins, man, because I don't see many teams around the country, man, rotating like. I think we rotating like 8 guys up front, man, and we keeping that rotation fresh and plugging
Mm-hmm.
guys in like that, man. Because with the offensive line, you got to have that continuity, week in and week out, man. But he been playing different guys. I see him rotate him, 75 Jones
Mm-hmm.
and Emmanuel. I see them rotate and like, man, that's a good thing to keep building up that depth as we get deeper in the season and heading into November, man.
I agree 100%. It's all about finding that right matchup and finding the right lineup. And I think Mike and Atkins even hinted to that, preseason about the depth on the O line and being comfortable with like 8 or 9 guys that could play at any given time. And we're seeing that now within this point in the season.
Yeah, yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, man, shoot. That was pretty much my take on everything, man. But shoot, like I said, man, I like what you got going, man. Keep it up, man. I'm gonna be tuning in.
Appreciate it, man. That means a lot, man. Appreciate the support.
All right, thank you.
All right, man. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. Again, we got close to 100 people here, man.
I said, are you strong? They said, I'm strong if you strong. And I said, we strong then.
Hey, shout out my dog, Dr. Pierre, Dr. Barry Pierre. How's it going, bro? What's good, CJ? How much of a factor do you think missing Wilson had on the play calling? Looked like a lot more receiver screens than I can remember. I don't think it really affected the play calling that much. Um, yeah, I don't think it affected the play calling that much as far as having Johnny out of the game. I think the play calls was a play call pretty much whatever the defense gave us. I think Mike is confident in all the receivers, especially Portier and things like that, just to stay consistent within the offense and don't really change anything. So yeah, I don't think the play calling or the approach for the offense changed too much, except for maybe just get Keon more involved in the offense, get him more balls, as we saw within the 9 catches. And I think he had about like 12 or so attempts prior to that. But yeah, so if anything, just more of a focal point to get Keon the ball a little bit more.
Florida State, your brothers, your team, your heartbeat. We some dogs, we ain't no puppies.
Yes, sir. Cool Breeze, what's good? Thoughts on the Miami Yeah, I saw that shit too. Thoughts on the Miami podcast are saying Keon Coleman is elite. I'm gonna say this: everyone. Um, I know I got me a podcast platform too, but I just hate how everyone has a damn podcast platform right now and just get spew bullshit ass takes like that, right? And you look at his co-host. His co-host like, man, what the hell are you even talking about? Like seriously. Um, to say a guy who's leading the ACC in touchdowns, averaging over 1 touchdown a game, but who's played 6 games, he has 7 on the season, and to say he is an elite and just the type of plays he make, you got he's hurling over defenders, he's making one-handed catches with a defender draped over him, he's catching catching that slant against LSU, making one guy miss all to the races. If you can't see the elite traits in regards to Keon Coleman, then your football takes are terrible. They're trash. You shouldn't have an opinion on football if that's the case. I get rivalries and all that type of bullshit, but again, when it comes to keeping it real for a Miami player, Florida player, whoever it is, in regards to what they can actually do on the football field, I'm gonna do that 100%. If you think Keon Coleman is an elite, man, I don't know what to tell you. You're blind, and your football talking privileges should be revoked. Rogue One, talk to me. What's good?
First off, shout out to Texas Southern for ruining an irrelevant homecoming in Daytona
Hey,
Beach,
hold up,
Florida this
hold up,
past
hold up, hold
weekend.
up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Let's back up a little bit. We ain't gonna tap the Wildcats right here, so going on now.
And I deeply appreciate them for what they did, for making you guys go on a pointless trip outside of Bootsy.
You're right. It definitely ruined my damn weekend with that one. That's neither here nor there. Though.
And I
We
got a
got
nice video to compliment your weekend. But anyway,
shoot it to me, please send it to me.
oh no, I can't get us one to you. This from the school days collection.
Okay, I got you.
But I was actually, well, I was at the game, of course. I was actually, amazed. I was truly amazed and surprised at the energy inside Doak Campbell
It
Stadium
was
this
crazy
past
for a 12
Saturday.
o'clock game, huh? Yeah, I
I
was
was
telling
just
you.
gonna say and I told some people this on a call last night. For it to be a noon game, it really had like a 3:30 a later game. Not. I'm not gonna go as far to say like it had like a prime time vibe, but it definitely had like a 3:30 game vibe and like the energy. I'm like, is this really a noon game? Like, those were lit.
Yeah,
And
I said the same thing, man. Doak was really rocking, especially for a noon game. So shout out to the people that came out and showed up and came with the energy.
absolutely, absolutely much appreciated. And I'm so happy for my coach. I love my coach. I love Mike Norvell. Like, just seeing, first, all the things that he went through,
Hmm.
sitting through all the losses, and for him to be where he's at now, I'm just, as a fan, I'm just happy for, to see him, you know, overcome all the adversity and the things that he had to go through. I'm just, I'm happy for my coach, but he did make me mad on a couple of play calls. But CJ. Normally I'm kind of like trying to criticize the defense. I'm at you, and I'm at
Hmm.
3-6, but I can't do that this week. And to me, anybody that's critical of the defense, like
You just a
I don't know
hater.
what to
If you got some shit to say about Adam Fuller and their performance last week, you just a flat out hater.
Yeah, like what my criticism is, believe it or not, it's of my coach, it's of Mike, because I feel like I praise him enough to, and I've stuck by him, except for when he cost me $200 on a recruiting bet. But anyway, um, to
Which
criticize,
recruit is
I
that?
stood by.
Which recruit is that?
Man, when I betted that we was gonna finish ahead of Florida class of 2022
Oh,
class.
okay, I got you. I got you.
So anyway, I didn't like the play call after the Jared Verse turnover, and I think we were like on our own 5-yard line.
Run the ball.
Yeah, run the ball. Like, I feel like it got too cute down there, and
Mhm.
I it's like I want to criticize a player without hurting their feeling, but them 3 drops was just inexcusable. You
Hmm.
took 14 points off the board, and I feel like, hey, you don't want to catch the ball. Hey, it's somebody else over there that will, and I want to see more of 26 Keziah Holmes. I want to see more Keziah Holmes. I want to see. Part of me, I want to see Jordan spread the ball around more. Like I felt bad for KP because I don't even think he got a target. I don't think he got targeted once. But I understand what type of player you got in Keon Coleman. Like you got to feed him. You
You got to, man. You
got
got
to feed him.
that kid. That kid. And like I say, I get in. I get it. Trying to share the wealth, so to speak. But when you got two guys like Keon and Johnny Wilson, I don't have an issue with those guys getting a combined, 50, not 50, excuse me, 15 attempts per game. They're just that damn good. I mean, I
Yeah,
understand. And even if you look at every great team in the past, so to speak, you have 2 to 3 receivers that get the majority of the balls, right? It's just how it goes. So I understand that. But when you
yeah,
got a guy like Keon Coleman and Johnny, it's one ball. You got to get those guys a football. Look at that 2013 national championship team. We had 3 damn receivers and a tight end. That was it. Nobody outside of that really touched the ball.
yeah. I agree. I agree. But like I'm good with Keon and Johnny Wilson. Then hey, whatever outside of them two, you spread it out amongst everybody else. Quite naturally, I want Jaheim, to get his.
Hmm.
Take care of the tight ends. But It's just one particular player that I, I expect more from, and I demand more. And he kind of let me down on Saturday, and I kind of feel like he the type, once somebody hit him or they punch him in the mouth, he like the tiptoe burglar. If I could say it without,
Who you thinking? Who you talking about?
three.
Um, three ain't. He had a solid game. What he had? Let me see. Three had 14 carries for 74 yards, so not too bad.
Longest carry, his longest carry was
19.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just
And then, but then you got to factor in the course. Lawrence Toy Philly had 7 for 93. So overall, though, man, I think those running backs were pretty solid.
they are, but I don't know. To maybe I expected him to kind of dominate this game like he dominated the Virginia Tech game.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it is what it is. But I don't know. I guess I'm biased because I'm Team 9.
Nah, I get you. But yeah,
Yeah,
overall,
I'm Team 9.
you like Lawrence, huh?
I like Lawrence and I like Kazaya.
Yeah. But no, I think we got a good stable of running backs, and we usually move right
Absolutely.
with.
And hopefully we see more Hakeem Williams moving forward, and we see him get more involved moving forward. And I don't know if you got the recruiting takes off yet. I was busy trying to make sure that Dallas lose, but
I haven't really touched on recruiting. I'm probably gonna hold that in the chain. But if you got the question, go ahead and ask me.
nah, I was just I seen your tweet earlier, so I figured you had something.
I'll say this.
You had something in the chamber, so I just wait.
I will
I'll
say
wait
this.
Wednesday.
It could be a very exciting weekend for FSU. And real quick, I see a comment. Real quick, I want to highlight a comment real quick, man. Shout out to Taste One, boiled peanuts, man. Some of the best boiled peanuts you can have, man. Barbecue flavor, very good. They are currently in Doak Campbell Stadium now. So if you guys, put up to the game, make sure you guys support and grab some very good peanuts. I'm telling you, very good peanuts. My guy, Lance Legg, former Kane wide receiver, shows a lot of love, man. You got the peanuts in Doak Campbell Stadium. So make sure you guys grab some for sure. Great peanuts, great peanuts.
Hey man, tell the fullback down there. He better quit using my government name. I called Tammy on him. Hey, that lady, she looking for him after I
Yeah,
ain't did
Tammy
her.
definitely got pressure. She looking for him for sure, man. She
Yeah,
definitely looking
man.
for
But hey, tell him he better quit using my government. But
him.
I seen somebody talking about Miami. I almost hate Miami more than I hate Florida, and that's a lot. That's saying a lot when you live in Gainesville. But
That's
I can't
definitely saying a
stand
lot.
Miami. They fools gold. It's the same old thing every year, and I don't want to see them succeed at nothing but failing. And the same goes for my alma mater, the University of Florida. I don't want to see them succeed at nothing but failing. And I'm gonna let somebody else have the flow. I'm gone. I
I
might,
appreciate
but
you.
I might go call my girl Tammy since
Yeah, go see what
3-6 up
Tammy's
here
doing.
talking reckless.
Hey man, shout out to this. Hey, appreciate you, Nina. Shout out to this comment right here, man. Lawrence to Philly. Appreciate the love. That's a son. Appreciate your pops tuning in, man. We definitely appreciate your son. Jack of all trades, man. Does pretty much everything on the football field from a blocking standpoint, running the ball, catching the ball. One of our unsung heroes, man. So shout out to you, man. We definitely appreciate your son 100%. Again, make sure you guys like this video and subscribe to the channel. And super chat if you guys got any questions. Play my theme music.
We got the best running back in the whole damn league. And we got a quarterback that's going to toss that thing.
Hey, that's perfect timing. I like that. Do you believe Atkins should look into replacing Casey Roddick as a starter? It seemed like Roddick is good for a couple whiffs every game. To be quite honest with you, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I think whenever we make a move with like Keandre Jones, we seem to get a lot more push. He's a physical guy, so I wouldn't be opposed to seeing Keandre Jones being a starter within the guard position. So yeah, I could see that happening. We could see how the season play out, but yeah, I would not be opposed to seeing Keandre Jones being a full time starter on the offensive line. All right, who we got? What's good? How you doing?
Hey, how's it going, dude?
Chilling, chilling. Who we got on? Hold on 1 second. Joey, what's good? How you doing, man?
How you doing, dude? How's it
Pretty
going?
good. Pretty good. How about yourself? Joey there? Guess he dropped out. Yeah, we'll get Joey back in if he decides to join. Fred, let's talk, man. Talk to me. Fred, you there? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you doing?
Man, I called in last time to the show. I really don't have no problem with the deep balls because I think that's just who we are. You know what I'm saying? We got two dogs on the outside and then we got six going up the middle. Like I said, once we start connected on them deep balls more, I think that's gonna open up the running game for 3 and 9. You see what I'm saying? So if they gonna guard us 1-on-1 on the outside, that's disrespect. We got to go deep.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see how you don't go deep. Like we got two dogs on the outside. You wanna go 1-on-1? Let's go deep. But on the defensive side, man, I know we talking about Allen Fuller. Great game. Wow. Uh, like I said, he's a great guy. He has great schemes. What I dislike about him, well, not even dislike. Sometimes it aggravates me. I just think he don't get the guys riled up enough. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to see you, get the guys riled
You
up.
want to see some
We
Mickey
make a
and Bruce
turnover.
Line?
Yeah, I just want to see him mix in with the guys like on a turnover. Like start interacting with guys. Let's get these guys riled up because at that front seven at that D line doing what it's supposed to do. I just don't see no team beating us because that takes a lot of pressure off the linebackers and even the DBs. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
If that D line is not working, I just think it'll be bad, especially for our DBs because it's gonna be too much time. You know what I'm saying? I think that once that D line start clicking like last week, I think we're gonna play some scary football. And shout out to number 38, man. Like 38, wow. That kid, man, like he he does everything correctly. You know what I'm saying? When he blinks, he's taking the right angles. When we got him man to man, he's inside leverage. I just think that's I think he's moving up as a very important piece on our defense. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know what you think about 38.
No, I like 38 a lot, man, because he does a multitude of things. He can blitz, play close to the line of scrimmage, and coverage. I like 38 a lot. I think him and Dennis a pretty good safety tandem. And of course, you got Conrad Hussey, who's coming along as well. You know, the more reps he's getting. So yeah, I like 38 a lot, man. Shaheem played a hell of a game to have 1.5 sacks. A credit to him, and also a credit to Adam Fuller and being aggressive and using him within that rush. So I like it a lot.
Yeah, and one last take, man. We got to get our freshmen in the game, man. I just think
I mean, they
like
played. What they played? What
I'm to
freshman
my
played
I'm to
specifically?
my I want to see Aiden in the game a little more. You know what I'm saying? I think
You
we got to
said
get him
eight.
some reps. Yeah,
I
I
mean,
know we
I
want.
get it, but
I know we
who?
got 7. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying I get it, but who he really getting the reps over?
I like 7 in. I think we do got to get him to him more. Uh, but I just think when you got a guy like 8. Especially who he at now, it's only the ceiling is it's only up from there.
No, I
I
agree.
just think once we get in a 1-on-1 situations, like those guys are gonna be hard to defend. You know what I'm saying? Like, and no disrespect to 0, 7, and 21. I think they bring a lot of different things, but when we talking about two dogs on the outside, I like 8, 4, and 14. I think anything else I definitely have to go in the slot. 7, 21. Maybe I want to see 21 more in the slot. And zero, man. I see him. We want to get it. Like, what's your thoughts on zero?
Mm, I don't know, man.
He ain't gotta go deep in
No, no,
there.
no.
I just,
I think, of course, he's a little rusty, but he's had some opportunities that he hasn't capitalized on. I do hate that Dustin is in the boot right now. Of course, we'll get more information, I guess, the closer we get the game as far as his playing availability. But I wouldn't be opposed to seeing 21 more in the slot a little bit as well. He's a sure-handed
okay.
guy, a big physical guy. So I wouldn't be opposed to seeing him more in the slot as well. Zero has a lot of speed, but you got to catch the ball. Maybe we could get the ball in his hands in some other ways. But I do wish that, and he was starting to come on a little bit. Dustin Hill, hope he's good to go coming forward. But if
Yeah.
I had to pick, he'll be my guy in the slot moving forward. That'll be 7.
And definitely on offense, man, let's just keep it simple, man. Like all that, this and that. Like we don't like in the past we had to do that because we ain't really had the talent it wasn't really needed to be on the outside. But I just think we got some dogs on the outside, man. Let's keep it simple. We don't have to do all this misdirection and all that. Let's hut the ball. Let's run the ball and let's get the ball outside. Like let's it's no. I don't see like why are we doing all these trick plays and all these misdirections. Let's keep it simple, run the ball a little bit, and get the ball to the dogs. Like I don't understand what's the difference. Why we? What you think about that? Talk to me.
No, I agree. We get too cute for ourselves certain times. Like when we had that turnover from Baltimore and we was within the 20, just run the ball. So I agree. There's certain times we do, but overall, I think we can get too cute at sometimes. Just like you say, line up and just out physical people and out athletic people because we're more athletic than 90% of the damn teams we play, 80 to 90%. So I agree in that situation.
Okay, and I appreciate you, man. Like I said, man, I'm gonna be tuning in every week, man. Hopefully I can make the Miami game and go Noles, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate you
go
guys.
Noles, man. If you make the Miami game, like I said, come hang out to the tailgate. We're gonna do a good one. Appreciate you. All right, Joey, we got your back, man. Let's try to get you in.
What's up, dude? How's it going?
Pretty good, man. How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. I got 2 questions for you.
Talk to me.
All right, so I've been hearing a lot of FSU fans this season saying that Miami could potentially be a problem, and I want to know what you think about that. Do you think they could be a problem, or do you think we'll handle business and get rid of them pretty
I think
easily?
we'll handle business and get rid of them. They could be a problem because athletic wise, they're one of the teams I was talking about that could match up with us athletically, from a speed standpoint and things like that. Physical standpoint, a little bit. I like their defense a lot. That might be one of the biggest tests for our offensive line because their defensive coordinator, he's aggressive. He does a lot of creative things within the blitzes and things like that. He likes to get after the quarterback. So offensive line and pass pro, and even Jordan Travis himself has to be on his A game for that. But overall, though, just seeing that UNC game and the Georgia Tech game, I don't think it's Miami has a lot of work. I don't think their offensive line is okay, but I think our defense line should be able to handle them. And we put pressure on TVD. It could be a long night, especially with how our defensive backs cover. We play good coverage and put pressure on TVD. I think we could do some good things against Miami, kind of pull away late within that game. But typically though, hell, aside from last year in that 52-10 COVID year when Mike wasn't even there, we played FSU and Miami has been traditionally close games, right? So I can see it being a close game, but I do see FSU kind of could probably pull away a little bit within the end of the third quarter, fourth quarter. So yeah, I think FSU should be okay from top to bottom playing against Miami.
All right. Thank you, thank you. And then last question for you. So I was at the Syracuse game this weekend, and I noticed that our team was struggling a little bit with consistency in the red zone. Do you think that that's the biggest major issue on our team, or what like major issue do you think we should fix that could really make us the number one elite team?
Major issue, just being more consistent. That's it. I think we're good on all cylinders. Just got to be more consistent and play those full quarters. But no, hell, because FSU was perfect in the red zone prior to that Syracuse game. So I don't think that's an issue. Just an unfortunate situation within that game. You know what happens. But no, overall, I don't think it's nothing specific we need to work on. I think once we're playing the FSU ball we're capable of playing. There's really no weaknesses at all, to be honest with you. So just be more consistent on the down and down basis, then we should be okay.
Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it.
Nah, man, appreciate the love, man.
Yeah, keep doing what you're doing, dude. I love it.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man. Appreciate the support.
Yeah, no problem, dude. Have a nice day.
You as well. All right, Nick. We got who? I'm sorry. What was that? Oh, my bad. Greg, what's going on? How you doing?
What's good, CJ?
Chilling, chilling. Talk to me. What you got?
So my first question for you is: if you had to rank based on what we've seen this season, Fisk, Farmer, and Lovett, how would you rank them? Because I think that boy with that 850 boy might just be the best one of the bunch right now.
So yeah, if I had to rank based off what we've seen so far this season, it would be A50 at the top. I think Fisk could be number two and Lowe be number three. And that's not a slight. Any of those two, I think having those three is a luxury. They're playing good damn ball. But Farmar is playing very good, very good. We see the potential, and it's crazy because you go all the way back. Just think about the development, right? Farmer was like 235, 240 pounds coming out defensive end. Convert him to defensive tackle, put the weight on him. You still see the athleticism. Once he's in space and things like that, and running down the quarterbacks from the defense to be as far. Excuse me, how can I put this? You see the athleticism from when he was a defensive end to now. So I think, the development for Josh Farmer has been amazing over the years. It's crazy because James Coleman, it was like a picture of some shit. I think over the spring or the year before that or something, where it's just like he shows how big Farmer has gotten over the years. Just a transformation the kid has had. So yeah, I would say Farmer probably has been the best so far. And then don't be surprised if we get some good news with Daryl Jackson pretty soon, and that could be a game changer for us as well.
And another dude I want that I think really deserves his flowers is did Tatum Bethune play against Syracuse? I was at the game. I didn't see him, but I'm pretty sure he didn't play, right?
I think Bethune did play. I haven't rewatched it yet, but I think he did, if I'm not mistaken. If he didn't, that's on me.
Either way, is there really a linebacker, off-ball backer in the Big Three right now that's playing better ball than DJ Lundy? Like,
DJ Lund's playing some good ball, man. I like all three of our backers are in Tatum Bethune kind of shines some light to it in the Clemson game, and he tweeted out, maybe these linebackers start getting some more respect, but those guys are playing some damn good ball. Yeah, Tatum Bethune did play, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, those guys are playing some damn good ball. All three of them. All
and
three of them.
two more things. One of them being maybe it's because I'm biased, because I'm from Bay County, but every time CJ gets the ball, bro, he be flashing. CJ Campbell, he's been good in pass pro. He's been good running the ball. He's been running hard. He's had some good runs that have gotten called back on penalties from the offensive line, but he has been flashing to me. I try not to be biased, but he had one carry and it went for like 20 yards against Syracuse. Like, I'm a big fan of him. I really hope he gets some more burn because he just flashes constantly. Like, I know he's not maybe that top end athlete, kind of similar to how Ward was, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of what I'm seeing from CJ Campbell. The whole running back room is incredibly deep. But my last thing for you, bro, the last thing I want to ask you, because it was you alluded to it, bro, but you've been talking on the timeline. You've been throwing them eye emojis and shit. So I'm going to just ask you straight up, how do you feel about that defensive end of Mainland?
I feel very good.
What are the vibes?
I feel very good. I think FSU is in a very good spot with LJ McCrae. Of course, I'm familiar with the kid. Kind of, I didn't grow up with him, but kind of saw him kind of grow up a little bit while I was playing at Bethune-Cookman. His dad was on staff there. I was there this weekend and speaking to some people in Daytona. It's kind of close to the situation. Yeah, I think FSU is in a good spot as of now. As you guys know, recruiting is still fluid. We have he commits on the 21st. But yeah, I've been saying this for a while, and I'm gonna say it again. I think FSU is in a great spot, and I gave this take on the roll up when I was when I was working with the roll up over the summer. Um, when there was a lot of Florida smoke, he was visiting Florida and things like that. My take at that point in time was if he made a decision in the summer, I think it'd be Florida. But if he held off on that decision and took his visions in the fall, I think it'd be FSU. I said in like June or July, we're
I
in
remember. I
October right
remember that.
now.
I remember that.
Yeah, and we're October right now, and it's starting to look like what I said is coming to fruition. So yeah, I think FSU is in a really good spot with LJ McCrae, real good spot.
Awesome, man. I've been following you forever, bro. Keep this shit up, bro. You're doing great.
Appreciate the love, man. I really appreciate the support, dog. 100.
Of course, bro.
Really appreciate that. if you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel. We got Smooches on. Want to talk here real quick. And I'm just going to let you guys know I am going to drop a recruiting
You
video
gonna
pretty
have to
soon this
turn
week, just
Fred
to give you
Mike
guys some
off.
updates on recruiting, some kids that took visits and things like that, and just where we're standing with a lot of recruits. So that will be coming soon. Smooch, what's up?
Go nose, brother. What's up? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you guys hear her? Let me refresh real quick. 1 second. All right, my apologies. Smooch, you there? You hear me? Smooches, you hear me?
I refreshed mine too.
Okay, I hear you. Talk to me. What you got? You there? Smooches. All right, cool.
I can't see CJ.
Troop, you there? Hold on. Can anybody can you guys see me? In the comments, let me know if you guys can see me or not.
What's up,
Should be good.
CJ?
Let me know if there's an issue with the video I did. Just try to refresh. Um, all right, cool. Troop, talk to me. What you got?
What's up, CJ, man? Can you hear me?
You don't hear me. The Troop, you there?
Yo, CJ, can you hear me? Let me try to
I
get
hear you, Smooth. Let's try to throw it back. Yeah, you there?
Yeah.
All right, I hear you. What's up?
Go nose, brother. What's happening, CJ?
Pretty good, sis. How you doing?
Doing okay. So I got a few questions, I guess. Do you think that Duke gonna put that QB out there?
No. It was a video floating on the timeline when he was it was the pregame last week against, I guess, NC State they played. He was still favoring the ankle pretty heavily. Like he wasn't really putting any pressure at all. And the little pressure he did put on it, you could see it was a limp to it. So and ankle sprains aren't a high ankle sprain at that, man. I had one before, man. Them shits are not easy, man. They're one of the worst injuries that you could possibly have. They're real tough to kind of come back from, especially a high ankle sprain. So no, if they do put him out there, his mobility will be very limited, and I expect Adam Fuller and company to get after him. I wouldn't put Riley in that situation, especially playing against us. I won't put that quarterback in that situation. I don't think he'll be ready for this game because he's going to have to use his. If he was healthy, he would have had to use his athleticism a lot, in order to be effective. And I don't think that athleticism is going to be there, with the ankle still being fresh.
Okay, because it seemed like I remember times when it seemed like every time a quarterback get hurt before they play us, it looked like they're not gonna return against us, and then here they come trotting out full speed, ready to go, and it always seemed like we didn't plan for them because they appeared to not going to be playing. So
Mm-hmm.
I just hope either way that we prepared.
Now, if he does play, I'm fully confident either way because, like I said, I just look from that video. It doesn't look like he's healthy enough to move around and be, his typical mobile and athletic self. So now, if they do play him, hell, good luck to that.
And everybody else, giving their flowers to everybody. So I want to give my flowers to my favorite player, Pat Payne. He the realest. How you feel about Payne, CJ?
Now, I like Pay, man. I know a lot of people have different opinions on him. I think I think in certain situations he could be more physical. In certain situations, taking on the run and things like that. But he gets after the quarterback and he bats down a lot of passes. Man, that's one of the most underrated part of his game is balls. But he gets his hands on a lot of balls. He definitely does, man. So yeah, Pat Pate, he does a good job in altering passes for quarterbacks, and also that's something. The balls I keep saying balls, but the balls he doesn't get his hands on, it makes it hard for the quarterback, to throw around him because he's 6'5" long guy. It's hard to make those type of throws. We have a defensive end that's pretty much always in your face, making it hard to see and things like that. So I like Pat Pate. I think he can be a little more physical in certain situations and taking on blockers and things like that. But overall, though, I like Pat Pate and what he brings to the table.
I like the fact it's like he always got his hands up. But yeah, and what's up with these Miami people? Like, I get it, they having a piss poor season, but for them to really think, like some of them really think and saying this shit with their chest, like they're gonna beat us.
They don't believe that shit. No, they really don't. Not that they're just going with hope. No, they don't really believe it. But I do. I will say, a couple weeks ago, they truly believed it. Maybe they some still believe it a little bit, but they're starting to see a light. But Miami fans are a confident bunch, a cocky bunch, of things like that, a proud fan base. So any type of success, so to speak, that they have, they're going to take it and run with it. So I believe that's what that was.
Nah, they trying to say that shit show of a season they got going on. But I definitely appreciate the great things you said about Adam Fuller. I guess kind of never really looked at it like after halftime how we made, you know, transition and we look a lot better than the first half. But it's when you watching the game in real time, you just so frustrated. Like that first half, it always looked like, what the fuck are we doing?
Hmm. No, I get that, but yeah, man, you just got to sit back and just look at the situation, man. Fuller, he's been a great DC this season so far. Aside from the only issue was the Boston College game, and we had them what it was 31-10, whatever the hell the score was at some point in time, and if we get off the field on 3rd and 20, that game is pretty much over. So aside from that Boston College game, I really got no issues, man. Like I said, LSU, we gave up 17 points against LSU. They've been one of the most explosive offenses within, the entire country so far this year. And then just seeing what we did, the 3 points against Syracuse, 0 in the second half, 10 points against Virginia Tech, 0 in the second half, and Virginia Tech is looking damn good with their quarterback now. So you got to give them the flowers, man. Defense has been playing hella good. Seven points in the second half against Clemson. So I mean, defense has been playing well.
All right. Well, I know it's other people waiting to talk, and it's getting late. You gotta getting old, gotta go to bed. So y'all
Right.
chill out on me on these comments now, and go knows.
Go no, sis. Appreciate you. All right, cool. Troop, what's good? You there?
Yo, what's up, CJ?
What's
How's
up,
it
bro? How
going?
you doing?
I'm excellent, man. 6-0, undefeated. Don't have to worry about making the bowl game. Uh, got that in the bag, man.
That's crazy, right? We ain't even talk that just shows how far we came as a program too. Like in the past, we used to be talking about this shit being bowl eligible. We haven't even mentioned being fucking bowl eligible because we have bigger goals. But you're right, man. We 6-0 bowl eligible. That's a good point.
I'm telling you, man, we came a long way. Uh, but it's crazy fans. We greedy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so speaking of greedy, man, he caught that pick to end the game, and he didn't seem like he was. I don't know if he been playing. I don't know if he played a lot. I ain't really he ain't really caught my eye. I know last game, I think he played a good amount at Virginia Tech, but is he injured or something, or they had him in with the freshman?
Nah, just rotation, man. Him and Jerry Jones are pretty much the rotational guys within the nickel position, and Jerry Jones has been playing excellent,
Yeah,
excellent. So it's nothing he's done bad or anything. It's just him and Jerry Jones are the rotational guys at the nickel position.
I got you. I got you. One thing I did notice, I guess this is the shout out to Adam Fuller. Uh, so shout out to him, man. I didn't realize, Mike Norvell, he likes to score on big plays, so we throw the ball deep a lot, and a lot of opposing offenses hold the ball more than us. Their possession is longer. So the fact that our defense been playing the way they have, and he dialing that shit up with the blitz package now, I think that's gonna free up. We're gonna be able to really see what our defense really can do. Um, create those turnovers and you know shake up some of these offenses. I
I
suppose
agree.
letting the quarterback sit back and pick us off.
I agree 100%. Yeah, the game playing against Syracuse was the shit was perfect, man. It was beautiful, man. I just love how the defense played against Cuse, man. It was beautiful to watch.
I agree. I agree. Hey man, I don't know if you remember, but I'm probably Conrad Huss's #1 fan. Anybody he remind you of his play? He's my favorite DB right now. I want to see more of him. I understand,
I
Shaheem
don't
came
really have
great.
a
He got dinged
comparison
up.
right now. But to be honest with you, man, yeah, I don't really have a comparison right now. I was gonna say maybe a. Don't really have a comparison right now, man. What do you have in mind? But I do think he's a damn dog and he can do everything. He may be a bigger, a more athletic, so to speak. I don't have a take right now on that. Go. Who are you thinking?
I think it's like he hit he headhunt. It remind me of Jamie Robinson. I feel like
Yeah, it's crazy. Jamie was the guy I had in mind too. To be honest, with you. I just didn't want to really say it, but yeah, I think he could. He probably is a more athletic Jamie Robinson. I don't think he could do. We haven't seen it. I don't know say he could do, but we haven't seen some of the stuff around the line of scrimmage because Jamie. That's one thing Jamie was very good at. Playing around the line of scrimmage and things like that. But yeah, from a physical standpoint, playing fast too. That's what you got to realize. Playing fast.
yeah.
Plus, he plays very, very fast, very fast. So, but yeah, I agree. I can see that for sure.
And then couple more questions. You think as far as us not putting up, averaging like those 40 points. I don't think we're averaging 40 points again. I think we're averaging like 38. But do you think that's gonna hurt our playoff ranking? Because um I see a lot of what analysts they got us at like some of them at 5. Some of us at 5. They got Michigan, Ohio State, Oklahoma, Washington. As far as us,
No, I think
not
we'll be fine. You average 38 damn points, but that's a good ass offense.
okay.
Yeah, I don't think us averaging that will hurt anything as far as playoff implications or anything like that. Um, shout out to Travis Sloan in the comments. Said we're averaging 42.8. But
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
no, I don't think that'll hurt us. Hell, you got to realize Michigan, Ohio State got to play each other. Um, Georgia, they got some injury concerns. Washington, they got to play some teams down the stretch. So yeah, I think everything will play out as far as that. As long as we keep winning, we'll be fine for the playoffs. Just got to keep winning.
Cool, cool, cool. My last question, man. You think we can flip some down the line? We got anything cooking?
No, I think we go flip some shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think we go flip some stuff, and to be honest with you, we could flip some stuff fairly soon. So we'll see how it plays out. But yeah, I do think we could definitely flip some stuff for sure.
That's what I like to hear. Appreciate you, CJ, man. Keep doing what you do.
Most definitely, man. Appreciate the love.
Yeah.
All right, make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. There we got one more caller. that name, that name was hilarious, man. Shout out to Tanya Lover. What we got? 36, you there? You muted.
My bad.
Yep.
Can you hear me? What up, folks? I just need your help on something,
Let's see.
CJ.
Harlan, do you hear him on your end? Let me refresh real quick to see if I get you in because I don't hear you. 1 second. $36, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you now. Talk to me, bro. It's good.
Nah, man, I just need your help, bro. That's all, man. Listening to the show is always good content, as always, man. But
Appreciate it,
like,
brother.
um, have we ever seen a group of people find more things to critique for an undefeated team?
No,
Like,
no, never. And also, we got to put. I know FSU fans. We got we're a powerful fan base as well too. But like you said, you got to put shit in the context. Right? A lot of people had us 4-1, well, excuse me, 3-1 or 2-2 within the first 4 games. A lot of people said we wouldn't go undefeated, which is still on the table. But there's a lot of stuff preseason where we said wouldn't happen, but we're doing good in those certain areas. I was just nitpicking on the little things.
Like, do you know any other teams that have like 6 guys that are like over 100 yards? Like, is that
Receiver, no,
commonplace? Like
that's not common.
most most places only have 2 wide receivers that get a bulk of the carries. I mean, bulk of the catches. Correct.
Correct.
Okay, I thought that was crazy, man. I thought this happened since the beginning of time with football, but I thought maybe it was something new that people are seeing. Um, you know,
Imagine we talk about Pete and Snoop waiting his turn. Was Snoop wasn't crying about that's probably the most talented receiver rooms we had during those times. He waited his turn, and once the time came, he was the guy he was the All American. So I get you have talented guys. You want to get those guys the ball, but at the same time, and you got to wait your turn in regards to the process.
and people are saying that they just noticed about Fuller. Did you see what Dustin Lewis from No Game Day posted
No,
yesterday?
what did Dustin post?
Well, today has been 366 days since we lost a football game. To the day.
What are we talking about?
During that time, we have beaten opponents with an average of 42.3 points scored and 18.2 points against. You know what that means? It means you got a
That
pretty damn good
defense,
defense.
right?
That means you got a
Mhm.
pretty damn so.
Like what do we?
What
That's a 20. What's that? A 25-point margin of victory.
it's just at some point you have to ask yourself as a fan. Now, granted, I'm not expecting because I'm not one of those guys that's going to be like bash everybody. I want y'all to come over to the Fuller Love train. I like more fans. As my son was the first person who
Yep.
was actually embraced Fuller and said, "I know this is a good coach because he gave me pizza," and I started paying attention. And then last year's defense changed when my killer went over there and tapped on his laptop. It was he changed some things on the defense, but like I'm noticing. Here's the common theme that I'm noticing is that a lot of people are saying things. I notice I don't see this person. And I don't think we're so used to bad teams. So when you're a bad team, one player really stands out. The good players truly stand out. Tatum Bethune played a lot last game.
Mm-hmm.
Keem, people saying we need to play Keem
He
more.
been playing a lot, right? Yeah.
Keem been playing a lot.
Yeah.
It's 2 things. Either you're not watching the game and you're watching Twitter, or you don't know what you're watching, which both are okay. It's just like this is why more people need we need more podcasts, but we also need less podcasts. Because a lot of y'all are just listening to podcasts tell you something. It sounds good because you don't understand what you're watching and you're regurgitating improper information. And and when you're 6-0, I'm gonna tell you, as a guy who's elite in almost every aspect of my life, it is fucking annoying, especially as a former player. When you're sitting here watching people nitpick, what's that? 75 times 10 is 750, right?
Mm-hmm.
We played 12 games. Like if you excuse me, I apologize. We played 13 games this season. You
Mm-hmm.
have a running back that's on pace to get 1,000 yards. I don't care what anybody says. 1,000 yards is the pinnacle in receiving and rushing yards. So you
Facts.
have running backs on pace for 1,000. You've got receivers on pace for 1,000, and yet we're saying like, "Oh man, this guy ain't getting it done." You've got a defense that outside of one game, this, and I think a lot of it comes from us living and dying by each play.
Right.
If you're not getting paid
But see,
half a
that's the
million
thing,
dollars
bro.
a
Like
coach,
as a football player, though, what are you told as a football player? Move on to the next, right?
right? Like, and so I'm
Mhm.
just sitting here like, all right, shit happens. Guy
Right.
was in position to make a play, he didn't make a play. That's football. You know what? When it happens for us, we cheer. I looked at Keon Coleman on the punt return that he broke for long. I counted, I think, 5 missed tackles. That means there were 5 people in position to make a tackle. That ain't on the punt return, coach.
Nope.
That's on the people who are not making it. And you can't replace guys game 6. It doesn't work like that. Now, you can recruit the guys next year to replace them, but you can't just go. It's not as simple. It's a reason why the guys are starters.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would love to see our fan base do, and this is me, and you can give your opinion on it, Bob. I don't think you understand how hard it is to be 6-0. You just talked about being bowl eligible. What reads right now is every win, the boys per diem, and the location in which we get to go in December or January becomes better. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's an optimistic outlook.
Mm-hmm.
Vibe, have fun. If some of you guys took this approach to every day, every aspect of your life, you'd probably be more successful. But two, for the entertainment stuff, that's not entertaining. Like, how are you having fun at these games? You can't
Right.
be having fun at these games. Which the games are lit, by the way.
Yeah.
Like watching that, and again, because didn't we beat them by almost the exact same score last year?
Yeah, Syracuse. Yeah, we beat the brace off from last year as well.
I remember seeing people post Syracuse scared me. Why? And when you ask why, that's my problem. When you ask why, and I asked in the group chat, so have any of y'all actually watched the film on Syracuse? Because when you actually watch the film, by the way, I'm mad at you because you be working and shit. You can't come do the film breakdown with me.
Yeah, bro. I was like,
You
man, you
gotta
want
get
to
that.
hear me while I was in the damn chair about to hit Daytona, bro.
No, I ain't mad at you. Well, it's just once you watch the film, there's really nothing to be scared about. I'm pretty sure when I haven't watched the film on Duke. Duke is very optimistic. I mean, opportunistic, very aggressive when it comes to turnovers, but so is Syracuse. You know how you stop that? Like I hear people talking about Roddick. I mean, I just did a full breakdown of the condensed version of the game. Jay Trav's 2 sacks, just like last week. You know who those 2 sacks really are on? Jay Trav. You know what he
Mm.
was doing? What everybody bitched and complained about, looking over the middle when the outside was wide open. At a certain point, you got to just step back and say, man, you know what? This is what I think. I would like to see something happen more. But, man, if you get in 250 to 300 yards passing the game, if you're averaging over 550, over 400 yards of total offense, you know what you shouldn't be doing? You shouldn't be
Complaining.
complaining. Like
Right.
that's just what you want to see. Don't matter because it worked. And
Mm-hmm.
unless it's something that's truly working because of luck, which is not, it's no 50. I don't even think we threw. I think we've had 2 straight games where we haven't thrown a 50-50 ball.
Nope.
And everybody
Maybe
thinks we
that
throw
Keon
50-50.
Coleman pass, but I don't even think that shit. That really, that wasn't even
The
the ball that he
no,
was
that
going to.
was
That's just him being him.
actually that was Jay Trav throwing across the middle and missing his target because the
Yeah.
boy ran faster than what he's used to. So he
Mm-hmm.
threw it high and behind, and that was just a great grab.
Yeah.
That wasn't a 50-50 ball. And what we saw too is that touchdown by Keon Coleman that y'all all cried about him throwing to Ja'Kai Douglas last week. That was that play. Go
Same
back and
exact
look.
play.
Same exact play. It works when like ain't nobody say, oh, the middle was wide open. Why did you throw?
Yeah.
No, because he scored. Again, guys, just vibe, man. I know what y'all used to. The people who ain't never played football, that's only played Madden, breaking down the X's and O's and telling y'all this is what should happen, and that ain't really how it worked. You know, it's I don't know, man. But I will say this though, and I don't know if his dad saw it, but man, that Toa Philly run. Like if
Oh
you go
yeah.
and you watch it, see Trey Benson and I think TJ had posted it, and we ran that same guard that same GT pool, the Power G concept. Even people talking about we run a bunch of counters. Remember, I had to tell
Yeah.
people
It's
that's
more
not
for
a counter;
power. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
it's a Power G. But we ran it. The guard, I think it was GY with Lawrence to Philly. So the guard and Jaheim Bell. The guard comes down the line of scrimmage and people are like, he just missed the block. I'm like, nah, motherfucker, wasn't nobody there. So he got confused. And that happened in the NFL with Brandon Scherf with the Jags. You're pulling, expecting somebody to be there because you're somebody vacates. Somebody's coming back. Nobody came back, so he got confused. So he forgot to go up to the next level. It slowed Trey Benson down, so it looks like he's tiptoeing, but the play didn't get executed right. But when Toa Philly ran it, boy,
Oh, that was
that thing
beautiful.
that was beautiful, dog. Toa Philly read it beautiful. He just it's a thing of beauty, man. We got the run game going, we got the passing game going, and we still have not played our best game yet. And that's what keeps me
That's
smiling.
why you should be optimistic, right? Exactly.
I'm like, we still have drops. Ja'Kai Douglas dropped the pass going down the middle. Like we still haven't played 85% to our potential yet, and we're blowing and we're scoring over 30 points a game. I think I'm just putting this out there into the universe. I haven't watched film on Duke. I'll have that on Thursday. But right now, if you had to ask me, I think this Saturday we're going to see Florida State play 3 phases of football as good as you could possibly play, and I think it's going to be, glorious. And I'm pretty sure we'll find something about like somebody did
Oh yeah,
like
somebody gonna
I
beat the
think
rock.
this is what I dare want to hit. This is what I want y'all to do because Mike still do the call-in show, right?
Yep.
So forget the podcast. Don't call in on my show on Friday. Ask questions. Don't call CJ. Don't call Chris. Forget all the calls. Call Mike Norvell's show, right, and ask Mike Norvell, hey, can you take a Pop Warner approach because that would make us feel better. If you don't know what the Pop Warner approach is, they literally have a roster and you have to track. I don't know. They do that for y'all, CJ, where you got to track.
Mm-hmm.
Every kid got to get 4 plays because
Play
that's
count. Yep.
you're not. You may not be trying to sound like that, but that's what you guys are sounding like.
Right.
You
You
really
gotta
are
check
sounding
the
like.
play count. Yep. Yep.
Y'all do know millions of dollars are on the line with this. This is no longer like this ain't even prep ball. Like this is not like make you feel good football anymore. This is
Nope.
a job.
Right.
Like
Literally. Livelihoods are at stake.
I leave you at this, man. Billy Sexton, the greatest running back coach in Florida State history, one of the greatest running back coaches of all time, said this. I like all y'all. I love my wife.
Right.
My wife likes nice things that this coaching profession has allowed me to provide for her. And the only way I could do is finding a bunch of kids that I like that will do what I tell them to do in the best possibility. So trust, if you're not playing, it has nothing to do with my like or dislike for you. It has everything to do with my love for my wife.
Hey, that's real, man. I respect that, man. Shout out to Billy for dropping that gem.
So y'all gotta that's free game for big game. Again, I ain't write the book, I just read the motherfucker.
That's all that matters, man. As long as you got the knowledge, man. Appreciate it, bro, for sure.
All right, bro. Yep.
All right, man. We're going to go ahead and close this show out pretty soon. Like I said, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. We will be having a recruiting video coming out pretty soon this week. Just kind of touch on past visits, upcoming visits, and some upcoming announcements and things like that. And this will show where FSU stands with those guys. And I know people's asking about some hoodies and stuff. Real quick, man, a couple comments. If you guys want some type of Dope Talk merch, just let us know. We'll definitely try to put that in the works moving forward to get some merch going. And the last thing, we are throwing a tailgate, huge tailgate for the FSU and Duke game. It's homecoming, night game, prime time, ABC. What more can you ask for? Make sure you guys grab your tailgate ticket now. The link is in the description. Make sure you grab that tailgate ticket now, not later. Now, reason being, the tickets will be going up after tomorrow. So again, the tickets are at a discounted price of $40. So go ahead and grab those tickets right now. Look forward to seeing all you guys in Dope. Hey, Adrian, appreciate the love, man. Appreciate the love for sure. But again, look forward to seeing all you guys in Dope. Go Noles, and we'll be back at it this upcoming Sunday. Well, excuse me, we'll be back at it this Wednesday, with a take in regards to a look behind enemy lines going to the Duke game. So make sure you guys have a good one. Like and subscribe, and go Noles.